Marta. First of all, can you tell us something about you?
My name is Marta, I'm 18 and I'm studying first year of university.
Okay. Was your preparation for the university entrance exam difficult?
It wasn't difficult because at the high school I attended, they prepare us very well, but it was hard because a lot of study was involved.
Okay. And was it effort? Was it worth the effort?
Yeah, it always worth it.
Okay.
What university do you go to?
I'm attended to the European University in La Orotava here, Tenerife.
And which department are you currently attending?
I'm at the Physical Education department.
Okay.
Did you have an interview with an admissions officer?
No, I didn't.
What if I'm not sure as what you want to study? Which criteria should I base my decision on?
Well, it's very important to choose something you like. So you have to base it on your hobbies, because you're going to study. You're going to work with it for like almost all your life. So it's something you like.
And at what age should students start thinking about what career to follow?
Well, here they start thinking about that like between the two last years of high school. But I know what I want to do since I was 10, so depends on the person.
What are the strengths and weaknesses of the university study program you are attending, especially as regards your preparation for the labor market?
Well, as I'm sorry, what you said the first thing was what you said.
Do I repeat the...
Yeah, please.
Okay. What are the strengths and weaknesses?
Okay. So as a strength, we have a lot of practice that are very useful, and as weaknesses, we have that they focus a lot on being a teacher of physical education, and what I'm studying involves a lot more things like preparing teams or investigation or so.
And have you had any work experience so far?
Not yet.
What do you see yourself doing after university?
I see myself focusing on people with disabilities and old people. Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
What achievement of yours are you the proudest of?
Getting into university.
Okay.
Are you planning to do a postgraduate course?
Yeah, but I don't know which one or where to do it.
Why do you think should an employer offer you a place?
Physical education, where I'm studying, needs people very active, very responsible, and I think that I'm both, so that's why they should pick me.
Well, thank you so much, Marta. This is going to be great for our Erasmus project.
Thank you.
Hi, Helen. First of all, can you tell us something about you?
Sure. Hello, I am Elena, but everybody calls me Helen. And I'm in first of the university, and last years I study here in the IES Anaga. And it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you so much.
That's good. Was your preparation for the university entrance exams difficult for you?
Well, I think that depends on the person. For me, history was extremely difficult, but others like math or English wasn't that difficult at all. So I think that it depends.
What did it involve?
Well, it took me too much time. I'm a swimmer, so last year I couldn't practice that much. But that's all. Time.
Was it worth the effort?
Yeah, of course. It always worked.
What university do you go to?
I'm going to La Laguna's University. Y ya está, ¿no?
Which department are you currently attending?
I'm attending, let me check please, the Engineer Polytechnic College in the section of Maritime Transport.
Oh, that's really good.
Did you have an interview with an admissions officer?
No, in La Laguna we don't have that kind of interview.
What if I'm not sure as to what you want to study? What criteria should I base my decision on?
Well, I believe that that's a very normal situation because you know what? We have to make that choice too early. So at that age, we don't want to study, we just want to have fun and those things, but that's the reality and society don't think like us. So I think that in first of bachillerato we should start to think about ourselves and focus that opinion in based on that.
In your opinion, what are the strengths and weaknesses of the university study program you are attending, especially as regards your preparation for the labor market?
Well, maybe we have a lot of practice and that's pretty useful, I think. In weakness, maybe we have some assignments not that useful at all, with just information no needed. So,
have you had any work experience so far?
no, I haven't.
What do you see yourself doing after university?
I want to do a master.
That's nice.
What achievement of yours are you the proudest of?
Well, I am proud of being a nice person, so actually.
Talking about the postgraduate course, where would you want to do it?
I want to do it on the north of Europe. That should be fine.
And the last question, why do you think should an employer offer you a place?
Well, I believe that I have the abilities needed and I will be a responsible ship captain, so, and sometimes rally.
Well, thank you so much for collaborating with our Erasmus project, and it was a pleasure to be here with you.
You're welcome.
We are here to interviewing Victor Gomez with the aim for part of our Erasmus Plus School project, getting equipped for Europe. To start, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, my name is, as you said, Victor Gomez, and I'm here to make an interview with you girls for your project. And let's have some fun.
Okay, let's go with the first question. Was your preparation for the university entrance exams difficult, and what did it involve?
Well, it was really hard preparing the exams, and it involved losing a lot of time and studying a lot, and basically losing your social life.
Was it worth the effort?
It really was worth it because once you study a lot and have a lot of time preparing it, you go there really focused and you know what to do, so you don't make any mistakes basically.
By the way, what university do you go to?
Right now I'm going to La Laguna.
And which department are you currently attending?
The department is the English Studies one.
I'm sure that it's a very exciting career, but about your admission exams, can you mention some of the more difficult questions and how you reply it?
The most difficult ones were the history exam because they put the worst ones there and it was really a massacre. But how I replied, I just put what I know there and hope for the best, basically.
If I'm not sure what I want to study, what criteria should I base my decision on, and at what age should students start thinking about what career to follow?
I think the criteria, if you don't know what to do, it should maybe be what has the most jobs at the moment, what's the most demanding job. And at what age? I'd say maybe 16, 15 years you should start thinking what you want to do. Maybe start going that way, and if not, just think something.
Okay. And what are the strengths and weaknesses of the university program are you attending, especially as regards your preparation for the labor market?
The organization is horrible there. And well, about the labor market, I don't think I'm ready yet, nor I'll be ready in quite some time. But we'll get there, just some time.
Yeah.
Have you got any work experience so far?
Yes, I have a little bit of work, not professionally, because I work with my father this summer, been making some things, so not much, but a little bit just.
Now about you. What do you see yourself doing after university?
Maybe making a master for translation, going out to Europe to work a little bit, maybe in Poland, Slovakia, maybe someplace in Eastern Europe,
Yeah.
probably. My preferable place, so yeah.
What achievement of yours are you the proudest of?
Finishing my studies here, getting out to university and making more stuff.
And are you planning to do a postgraduate course, and when, where and why?
I don't think I'm going to do that. No.
And the last question, why do you think should an employer offer you a place?
Well, my level of English is fairly decent, and since I have a little bit of work experience, I said I can make it to the labor market. Not now, but maybe 5-6 years I can get a job with a little bit of money, that's it.
Victor, thank you very much for your attention, and it was so great.
Thank you, girls.
Jamendo.com.
First of all, thank you so much for your collaboration. We are here with Mr. Guillermo Martinez. Can you please tell us about a little bit of your career?
Well, my name is Guillermo Martinez. I'm CEO of Noveris Innovación de Mercado. It's a strategic and consulting firm here in Tenerife. I've been working in the marketing and communication field for over the last 20 years, and now I start a new stage and have my own firm.
What do you love about your job?
I love the opportunity to share and create with other professionals. I love the exchange of ideas.
That sounds really good. What's the best career decision you ever made?
The best decision I have ever made is to recognize my strength and weakness. Then I follow a path where I can exploit my strong points and improve what I think I have to do better.
Okay. And on the other hand, what's the worst career decision?
To commit a mistake is not to fail. I believe you need to fail to succeed. And I think every good professional acknowledge that being great in a field takes time and a lot of lessons. No? If I look back, the most difficult decision that I have ever took to let go people that were with you for external factors as economic reasons.
As this is a school project, what would you be doing if you were me?
If I were you, I would be enjoying by always having a mind in importance of cultivating my own mind. It's important to have the eyes very open, to observe, to learn from everything, to read and be inspired by other stories.
It's very nice to listen to a businessman, and I'm sure that you are busy all the time. So how do you organize your time?
Organization is many times preparations. Before I go to sleep, I make sure I have prioritized the important things of the following day. I encourage you to distinguish what is important from what is urgent. First things first concept is really helpful.
What do you think is your greatest strength?
I would say it's my positivism and enthusiasm for living that help me to love what I do and the people I work with. Another point is determination to reinvent myself. It's never too late to learn and be great.
That's amazing.
Finally, what do you think are the secrets behind getting to where you have got to?
I think that consistency and patience lead us to grow. We need to dare to continue and instead of even more move in the opposite directions of our goals and dreams. So believe in yourself and in your potential, trust what your gut is telling you should push you, and then worry harder than anyone else and never forget to be humble.
Okay, thank you so much. It was very inspiring and it was a great experience.
Thank you very much to both of you.
Jamendo.com. Jamendo.com.
We are here with Teresa Acosta in the Tropical Diseases Institute in La Laguna University. Can you tell us something else about you?
Good afternoon, first of all. I'm a university professor here at La Laguna. I teach in the third course of biology. I also have a research line focused on the study of myomas, which are benign tumors from the uterus. What we're trying to find out is why at the genetic level the normal cells become tumor cells and start growing up without control and make these tumors. That's basically my line of research here.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think it is.
What do you love about your job?
Okay, so there are two things important in my job. We have to fulfill two obligations as a professor. We have to do the educational part. We have to teach our students that when they come to the classroom, to the lab. And on the other hand, we have to do research. So taking into account the first part, the educational part, one of the most satisfying things is to see the evolution of the student in the time. In the evolution, I mean, when they enter to the classroom, they start learning, and then they decide to go on and do the PhD, and then they decide to go on and do a postdoctoral and apply for a postdoctoral position abroad. And from that moment, they decide to run their own lab and become a really scientist with their own ideas, with their own project. I feel very satisfying to follow all the process because it feels that you can contribute a little bit to the whole process. Regarding the investigation, the research line, the satisfying things probably is when you publish a paper, when you are able to gather all the results that you have been working really hard through many years, and then you send to a journal for reviewer, and finally become accepted and you publish them. That is one of the most satisfying things in science.
That's good. What's the best and the worst career decision you ever made?
The best decision was to apply for a postdoctoral position at Columbia University, and I got that, and I started working there, meeting a lot of interesting researchers and people from all over the world, and I learned a lot there. That was probably the best decision. The worst decision was when I was in that lab. It was a Dr. Papadopoulos lab. He created a spin-off and he moved to Boston, and he offered me to go with him, but he offered me also the possibility to go to other high-rating lab with a very good director, which was Bert Vogelstein. He's retired now, but at that moment was the director of that lab. I rejected that, and I moved to the lab in Boston, basically because I have the opportunity to earn more money and to bring my boyfriend to live with me in Boston.
What would you be doing if you were me now?
Okay, so I think two important things you have to do right now. One thing is you have to learn English, and I don't say that because you have your teacher here. You really have to learn English because in science, English is the language that we use to communicate in every single lab in the world. You can go to Japan, to Paris, to north of Europe, wherever country you go, you will end up talking in English and communicating in English with your boss and with all the researchers that are there. So you have to learn English. And the second thing is that you really have to know what do you like. I think this maybe could be sometimes difficult to know, but you have to think that you're going to dedicate probably 35 or 45 years in your life working on that, so you really have to figure out what you like.
Yes. How do you organize your time?
Okay, that's very difficult.
Yes.
And I think actually that organization is the key for success. And I try every day. Every day when I came to the lab, I try to write in order of priority. I have to do this, and I have to do this on the second line, and I have to do this. Sometimes I'm accomplished to do all these tasks, and sometimes I can't. But one thing that I noticed that is useful for me is you use the Google Calendar to send you notifications, so you can receive them in your cell phone or by email. So you can have this notification ahead of time, and you can planify your task. So that's a good thing, Google Calendar.
Yes.
What do you think is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness?
Okay, so probably strength, I think I'm very persistent person. If I think that I'm right or something is worth it and is important, I go all the way to the end and I never give up. It doesn't matter how many obstacles I find in the way. So that's, I think, one of my strengths. The weakest part is that sometimes I'm not very confident with myself, especially when I set up some experiment and I start reading a lot of paper of nice researchers that have great ideas, and I say, maybe I should do this or I should try that. But when this happens, I usually sit with my PhD students and they restore my confidence pretty well. So,
how do you make decisions?
Well, that's very easy because I belong to an area, the genetic area here in the faculty. We are 6 professors right now, and we are very close to each other. We have very good relationships. So when I have to make a decision, I always ask them, especially to the senior scientists that have been here for 14 years, and he knows everything about the university, and he's very smart. So I always ask them for that. So that's the way I take my decisions, as to other people.
And what do you read?
Well, I read what I can. I read, when I start working, I read a lot of textbooks to prepare my class and scientific papers in the same way to prepare my class or for keep me updated with my line of my field of research. But in my spare time, and I always try at night before going to sleep to read at least 2 or 3 pages of a novel. And I read everything, whatever, romance, thrillers, black novels, historic novels, short stories, everything. I have actually a sister that she reads a lot, and every time that I need to read a book, I ask her, and she always gives me very good novels to read.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
What do you think are the secrets behind getting to where you go to?
So I'm not sure, but I think that you need a lot of things to be there to succeed. Probably the first thing is you have to like what you do. You really have to like it, because especially in my field, this is a marathon. You have to go through many obstacles in all these years. So you really need that what you dedicate, you really like it. So because motivation is I think the motor for everything. So you have to like it, what you like. You have to feel curiosity, I think. You have to ask questions all the time, trying to find the correct answers. You have to be a little bit of lucky sometimes, because you have to be in the right place in the right moment, but that doesn't depend on you. And I think especially you have to be a nice person and a good person. You have to be honest with yourself, you have to be honest with your college. You try to, among all of the people that work together, try to find environment to work and to be happy. That's the whole point, to be happy.
Well, thank you very much for your collaboration with our Erasmus project, and that's all.
Thank you guys for coming.
Jamendo.com
me, Jose Maria.
Okay.
We need to interview you to our Erasmus project. So first, can you tell us something about you?
Okay, my name is Jose Maria. I live in Tenerife. I am the boss. This is my company. In English is Walking Your Mountain, Patea tus Montes.
Yeah.
What's your question?
First, what do you love about your job?
To meet new people every single work. Okay? And you?
What's the best career decision you ever made?
Continue with the company but my own.
And the worst?
I haven't taken it yet, I think. Okay, and come on, go. The start of the route. Follow me.
Yes.
Let's go.
Jamendo.com.
Jose Maria, please.
Let's go. Hi.
Hi. We have another question.
Okay.
What? We are students, so what would you be doing if you were me now?
I will be studying and working hard to make me a better professional.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is nice, but we talk we talk about decisions. What about how do you organize your time?
Wow. It's impossible. I don't have to organize my time because I work 24 hours a day.
And
Okay.
what do you think is your greatest strength?
I put all my own in every single thing that I do.
And your greatest weakness?
It's very easy. I don't know, but maybe I think the sunglasses, for example. Okay, this is mine. Okay, let's go. Follow me. Okay.
Jamendo.com.
Jose Maria. Jose Maria.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
It is a good walk.
Yes. Okay. But about 100 meters about is the finish of the road. Okay.
Okay.
In Cruz del Carmen.
We talk about decisions. So how do you make it?
Taking into the gain and the loss, money, time, happiness, I think.
Okay, and changing the subject, what do you read?
For my job, I read more emails and more social media. For me, it's the best way to get information. Inform.
And what do you think are the secrets behind getting to where you've got to?
I am a little bit STEM-born, and I always what everything will down. Okay, I think. Okay, 100 meters at the finish of the route. Okay,
Well,
follow me.
Jose Maria, thank you very much for your help in our Erasmus project.
Okay, thank you very much for you.
Let's
and
go.
you. Okay, let's go.
This is all about our interviews for the Erasmus project.
Thanks to our professionals and students.
See you in Athens! Everybody with Erasmus!